Peace. Today's mathematics is understanding knowledge, which is 3 and 1, and understanding knowledge equals culture, or 3 and 1 equals 4. Today I just wanted to elaborate briefly on today's mathematics. Now, today in my class I'm working on this worksheet with my students, and as you can see at the top it says ways to make 3. Now in supreme mathematics we would say ways to make an understanding. Now what they have to do is it teaches them strategies to figure out different combinations that equals 3. 1 and 2 equals 3, or 0 and 3 equals 3. This starts to encourage them to think creatively and critically about how to arrive at certain conclusions, to think mathematically. It also is aligned with teaching us how to arrive at an understanding, because 3 represents understanding. And why is that important? When you look at knowledge being a foundation or awareness or consciousness, when we arrive at understanding, that trajectory or that experience is not always the same. When you think about the 5% in the early 60s, a lot of us got knowledge of self out in the streets or in juvenile detention centers or in schoolyards, in actual school, and a lot of those various different community spaces. And it actually took time for us to become pioneers and to move in these spaces where now people started to get accessible to knowledge of self on college campuses, in the military and other different spaces. So that trajectory or that experience from knowledge to understanding is not always the same. When I got knowledge of self, I was on a college campus in the mid-90s. That was different than brothers and sisters that got knowledge of self in other different spaces and other different geographic locations. So when you're thinking about that journey from knowledge to understanding, you go through wisdom. Wisdom is not just wise ways and actions, it's also life experience, and that life experience varies. Some people, from taking it from knowledge to understanding, it may take them some life experience of years. Some it may be months, some it may be days. But all of us should strive to utilize that foundation and set ourselves on a trajectory to get to the point where we get a clear mental picture of what it is that we became aware of in terms of knowledge. This exercise with my younger students is starting to orientate them in such a way where now when I have conversations such as this about gaining an understanding or seeing things in life for what it is, they're learning the exercises and the mechanics of being able to think about what are the different combinations to arrive here? What are the different type of life experiences that enable me to arrive to an understanding? Also, it teaches people to appreciate those different type of combinations. Some person may take this journey to arrive at that destination. Other people, they may take the scenic route. Other people, it may almost look like they teleported. But the goal is to establish the proper foundation that is one in order for us to arrive at that place where we can see things for what they are collectively, not what they appear to be. And this is ultimately what enables us to have a sense of cultural continuity. So like I mentioned earlier, 3 and 1 equals 4, the same way that understanding knowledge equals culture. And our culture is a thing that is oftentimes missing amongst us, where we don't have a sense of continuity amongst one another or share certain values and principles. And one of the reasons is because we may not share common knowledge and understanding, or understanding and knowledge. So I will, this was inspiring, it was empowering, it was educational. It just gave those of you a brief analysis on today's mathematics being understanding knowledge. Peace.